Hello, this is Shen from East China Normal University School of Law. I'm the assistant professor with the law school. Uh, First of all, I would like to thank Journal of East Asia and International Law for its interest in my paper, and I would also like to extend my gratitude to Professor Eric Lee and the whole editorial team for their effort for the publication of the new issue. Okay, to the main point, the title of my paper is International Seabed Mining and China's legislative commitment to marine environmental protection. Uh, the reason that I wrote this paper is because I was initially deeply involved in the pre-legislation research. During the research, my main job was to collect and study uh, foreign laws, like the deep sea mining laws in other countries. And during that period, I got to know and do research on the deep sea mining legal regime. So basically, Part X of the UNCLOS, which is the acronym for UN Convention of Law on Law of the Sea. Part X of the UNCLOS lays the foundation for the legal regime for international seabed mining, and um, International Seabed Authority was actually established under the convention as the main administrative body to govern the deep seabed mining activities. Uh, the ISA has since issued or promulgated three exploration regulations for three types of deep seabed minerals. In the meantime, on the domestic side, many countries have actually um, promulgated or in the process of promulgating their own deep sea mining legislation, and China is actually one of the countries that has done so. China has a major interest in the international seabed area. It currently holds four different areas for exploration, and China has passed its deep seabed mining law in 2016. And I think it's very interesting to point out that in China's new law, the deep seabed mining law, the one of the most important aspects of this law is that China pays special interest or special emphasis on the marine environmental protection. Uh, if you take a very close look at the at China's deep seabed mining law, you will see that there are only 29 provisions in the law, but environmental protection, the word environmental protection has actually appeared more than around 20 times. So and legal provisions for environmental legal provisions for marine environmental protection uh, was actually are actually included in different parts of the law. It is worth pointing out that Chapter 3 is actually especially reserved for designing legal regime or legal mechanism for marine environmental protection. Um, China, why does China pay so much attention to marine environmental protection? As you can see from my paper, there's actually multiple reasons. I think one of the most important reasons is that China has to comply with the regulations issued by the ISA, and these regulations contain a lot of marine environmental protection uh, provisions. And one of the most important functions of China to pass its deep sea mining law is to secure effective control of its sponsored contractors and making sure that the contractors actually comply with the rules or regulations issued by the ISA and also other international laws and regulations. Um, as the as the international regula- as the On the international side, as the rules and regulations for exploitation of deep seabed minerals are being formed by the ISA. I think there's a lot more to study on the international side, but also on the domestic side, there's also plenty more work for China to do to fulfill the gaps, um, fulfill its domestic legislative gaps. So I think that's pretty much all that I have to talk about my paper, and I hope you enjoy the new issue of the journal.